What's up, everybody? It's your boy T-Time, man, back with another Madden realistic rebuild. And today we are going to be doing the Arizona Cardinals rebuild on Madden 2024. And this was actually a request by my guy Caleb, so shout out to him. And he said, let's do an Arizona Cardinals rebuild. So here we are. We're going to go over the roster real quick. I'm going to let y'all know now, this is one of the worst rosters I've ever seen in my entire life on Madden. I'm not going to lie. But let's go over it. Kyler Murray will be our starting quarterback. James Conner will be our starting running back in year one. We also going to have Wilson, and we just picked up Chenault in free agency. He didn't be picked up in real life because this is recorded as of March 30th, but we picked him up in free agency. Greg Dortch is going to be our slot wide receiver. Then on the O-line, we have Jonah Williams, Elijah Wilkerson, Forhubbolt. I might be saying his name wrong. Excuse me. Hernandez, and then also as well the rookie from last year, Paris Johnson Jr., and then Trey McBride. Then on the defensive side of the ball, it doesn't really get much better. Nante Stills, Bilal Nichols, I think that's Justin Jones. Collier will be our DN. At the linebacker position, we're going to have Xavier Collins, Kaiser White in the middle. Also as well, we'll probably give Barnes a little bit of playtime too. Gardeck, we'll give him a little bit of playtime at the outside linebacker position. And safety, probably the best player on the team, Buda Baker. Jalen Thompson, and that cornerback, they did pick up Murphy Bunnan, and also as well Williams. So this is going to be a pretty long, extensive rebuild. There's a lot of holes on this team. This team is not good. We have not won a playoff game in any of our rebuilds yet. And I'm not going to lie, seeing this roster does not make me feel like we're going to win one anytime soon. But we're going to go ahead and skip to the draft process and kind of show y'all who we're kind of looking at the draft process. All right, man, so far as draft process, man, I think the two guys we probably want the most is Malik Neighbors. And more than likely, Marvin Harrison Jr. is probably the guy we want the most. Again, edge rusher wouldn't be terrible. A guy like Jared Verse if we wanted to move back. But I'm pretty locked in on taking one of those wide receivers. And I honestly think that's what we're going to do. And we'll see you guys at the draft in the first round. All right, man. So at the fourth pick overall, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. We need somebody that's going to help our quarterback be great. And that's Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, look at this. A's across the board. Hidden dev, 96 acceleration, 85 agility, 95 change of direction, 90 jumping, 90 speed. There was no need for me to even move back. I have to take this stud. Welcome to Arizona, Marvin Harrison Jr. All right, man, so we're picking again at 27 because of last year. I think they did a trade with the Houston Texans, which landed them an extra pick. At 27, man, I think we're really just going to go BPA. I don't really love any of these quarterbacks here. We're not really trying to take a quarterback right now. We just took a wide receiver. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of thinking about moving back. We could go Jackson Powers Johnson, who's gotten a lot of hype. I kind of want to just move back at this point. I think we are. Let's see if we can maybe move back a couple of spots and get some more picks. This will give us 34 or fourth in the future. I really don't want to do that. I don't really love anybody here. This Patriots pick is kind of interesting. We moved back 8 spots. And we still have another pick in that area as well. The Panthers pick is kind of intriguing, moving back to 33. Picking up a fourth round in the future. This is pretty good, too. I'm not going to lie. I don't really like trading within the division, but that's a good move. Yeah, I don't really want to hit the Chiefs Empire. I'm looking at this Patriots move. I kind of want to do this. Panthers move wouldn't be terrible either, but I don't think they would move up. I think I'm going to give this pick right here. The Patriots are going to give us the 35th pick and also as well the 99th pick in this draft and then an extra 7th next year. Then we're going to move back and go ahead and pick again early in the second. All right, man. So next up, at this point, man, we just need guys who are going to make plays. These next 2 picks, we just going to keep the camera rolling. We need playmakers here. Again, we did go wide receiver, but I'm low-key tempted to go wide out again. I'm not even going to lie to you. That's just how much help we need. We need help badly. I kind of do like this DN, though, a little bit. Darius Robinson, but could we possibly move back for him? Do we go double wide outs like here? Or do we go ahead and take a guy like Michael Penix Jr. just in case bro don't work out? I'm really tempted to move back again because I don't really see anything that we're in a desperate need for. We could go Chris Jenkins, but that feels like a little bit of a reach right here. He's a solid player. Or do we just go two wideouts? Like at this point. We could go Javon Bullard as well. I don't know, man. I'm kind of the next two picks are kind of a little bit confusing for us because we don't want to reach either. Do we double up on wideouts? Is kind of what I'm wondering now. We took Marvin Harrison Jr. Do we take a guy like Xavier Worthy to put some speed on this team? I'm not mad at it. Tight end is another place we kind of need to address as well. I do like Javon Sanders, but we do have McBride still. The O-line could be addressed here as well because we do need some more stuff on O-line. Zach Frazier would be a good pickup at center. That actually might be the pick for us. We might go center here, y'all, the more I'm thinking about it because I do kind of like Darius Robinson, though. I think we're going to go Darius Robinson here. Hidden dev, 80 overall acceleration, 76 agility, 78 change of direction, 86 jumping, and 73 speed. I'm cool with that. And then we got another pick here coming right off the bat of this, so we ain't even coming off. We just going to pick the next one. And let's see what in the world. Y'all see this? Madden. This is what Madden does. It literally just logged me out in the middle of the draft. So I don't know. Hold on for a second. All right, man. So we back. Picking again, back to back. Like I said, Madden was acting crazy. Still a lot of opportunity here to move back, possibly. We could also take a guy like Chris Jenkins and just completely focus on getting pass rush. We could take a guy like Javon Bullard as well at this point. I'm not really mad at any of these picks. I wouldn't be mad at a Peyton Wilson at this point. Maybe a little too early for him, though. I like Fisk a lot. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm going to go Zach Frazier, though. We need a center pretty desperately. And he's hitting dev, 84 strength. Welcome to the squad, Zach Frazier. We're going to build up front in the trenches. All right, man, so we have two picks coming kind of back-to-back here. I'm looking at Blake Fisher. That wouldn't be a bad move. I'm also looking at possibly a running back here as well. Blake Corum, Bucky Irvin wouldn't be terrible. There's still some decent running backs here. Thinking about going running back within the next couple of picks here. Still some decent wide receivers out there too. Tight end, Cave Stover is still available. Like I said, man, we really want to build in them trenches, bruh. Let's see. I'm trying to see what we really want to take here because we need help all over the field. I mean, it's not one place where it's like, oh, we good. Like, no. We need help everywhere. This team sucks. I mean, it's just what it is. This team is not really good. We need a lot of help. Jaden Hicks might be an option here, possibly. He's pretty good, but he's not elite. I don't know, man. I'm willing to kind of take Blake Fisher. I'm serious, man. I'm really serious about building up these trenches. I'm not against taking Blake Fisher here. I even like Kobe Beebe here. That might be a good move. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, man. I think I'm pretty locked in on building those trenches. Like, that's really what we need to do at this point. I think I'm going to take Blake Fisher. He might not be hitting dev, but he's going to be pretty good. Oh, he is hitting dev. He's hitting dev, 87 strength. I mean, again, bro, we need help badly on the front yards and with the line. It's going to be important. Welcome to the squad, Blake Fisher. All right, we're picking again just 3 picks later. I think I want to go halfback here. I kind of want to go Bucky Irvin or Trayvon or Trey Benson. I'm kind of torn between the two at this point. It's still some pretty decent backs. But I like Connors, but we need another guy. That's going to be just a difference maker. He has elite grade. I mean, Blake Corum, I just feel like might be a little too small personally, in my personal opinion for the NFL. But he does have some good stuff. 4.4 speed. Bucky Irvin, I kind of like a little bit. But he doesn't have anything elite. So that, to me, it's coming down to Trey Benson and my guy from Michigan. Elite, great, good, solid. I think Blake Corum is probably going to be a better running back. He's just small. I think I kind of want to take Trey Benson here. We're going to take Trey Benson in the third round here. Hidden dev, 95 acceleration, 87 agility, 90 change of direction, 94 speed. Welcome to the squad. All right, man, we're picking in the end of the third here, and I'm kind of interested in Jalen Polk here. I think he's a really good player. I don't think his overalls is really showing up as good as he really is, honestly. Again, I wouldn't be mad at going right guard here and just continuing to just build that O-line. Defensive tackle wouldn't be a horrible place to go at this point. Let's see what we got at defensive tackle right now. I'm really serious about building the trenches. Wingo is still here. I kind of like him. Tyler Davis is going to be a pretty good player as well, but we probably can get him in a few picks. Linebacker, we took Cedric Gray in our last rebuild. Really don't want to do that again. Corner, again, we do kind of need a corner. I like a guy like Josh Newton, though. We maybe can take a little bit later. Kyrie Jackson isn't a terrible pick either at this point. I mean, honestly, with this team, man, we really just going BPA, honestly. Safety wouldn't be bad. I know we got Buda Baker back there, but we could take a safety as well. I think I'm going to go with Jalen Polk. I think he's a really good player. I think I'm going to go ahead and take him now. I know his intangibles don't look great, but we need pass catchers and playmakers at this point, and I think he's a really good one. Normal dev, but I like that 90 speed, 92 acceleration. I think he's going to be a good player. We got 2 picks back-to-back here, and probably after this, I'm probably going to sim the rest. So, I kind of do want to add another tight end here. I do like Theo Johnson. I really like Josh Newton here, though, as well. I know it's kind of early to take him, but I really do think he's probably the best corner available in this area. Kyrie Jackson can make an argument, but when I look at Newton's stuff, he looks pretty good, man. I'm not going to lie. Solid, great. He's got a lot of solid. Maybe we should look somewhere else, though. Maybe we should check out Kyrie Jackson, cornerback from Oregon. Again, he does have at least one more elite. Maybe we take a chance on him here. I wouldn't even be mad at free safety either at this point or strong. James Williams from Florida could be a person that we take here. Just as backup help, at this point. At this point, we're just kind of adding depth to this team, but we still won't impact players. Theo Johnson is kind of who I'm looking at too. A deep route, A run blocking. I think I'm going to go ahead and take this tight end. He is normal dev, but I think he's still going to be a good piece. And we have another pick here, so we're just going to keep things rolling. We have the next pick, and we're on the board again. I think here we kind of want to focus on maybe taking a corner. I know we took Chris Abrams-Drain in the last one, so I really don't want to do that again. I really like all of these corners here, though. I don't really dislike any of the corners in this section, but I do think we're going to go with Kyrie Jackson here. I think he's a pretty good player. He's going to be a depth piece for us, and he's hidden dev. I did not know that. 90 speed, 94 acceleration, 90 change of direction. That is a great pick there. Welcome to the squad. All right, man. So with the 4th overall pick, we took Marvin Harrison Jr., 80 overall hidden dev. Ooh, that's rough. Darius Robinson was a 70 overall, but he is hidden dev. Frazier was a 70 overall, but he was hidden dev as well. Fisher was a 72 overall, hidden dev. Benson was a 74 overall, hidden dev. Kyrie Jackson was a 70 overall. So we got some guys, but the rest of this I just simmed. But we have some guys I like, but the 70 overall for Darius Robinson is rough. I'm not going to lie. I thought he would at least be like a 73, and he's not. But that's all right. We got hidden dev. We're going to put him to play. We're going to be terrible this year. Y'all have heard me say this in all of these rebuilds. We're going to be terrible at first. Let's try to get this team to a winning culture. All right, man. So coming into technically year 1 of the rebuild off season 1. Again, Kyler Murray, big year for him. James Conner and Trey Benson will be in the backfield. Obviously, the biggest player on the team right here at this point in his development is the most important. Marvin Harrison Jr. also as well. Michael Wilson on the other side. Chenault will be in the slot with Greg Dortch. Also as well, we got Jonah Williams, Elijah Wilkinson, Fadaroff, Hernandez, and Paris Johnson Jr. with tight end Trey McBride. And then on the defense side of the ball, we're going to have Dante Stills, Bilal Nichols, Justin Jones, our guy that we just drafted from Missouri, Darius Robinson. At linebacker, we're going to have Xavier Collins, Kaiser White, and Gardeck. I always struggle with this guy's name. I don't know why. Then we're going to have Murphy Bunting on the outside also as well with Williams. And then at free safety, we're going to have Jalen Thompson and Buda Baker. I'm not going to lie. We might move on from Buda Baker because I would just hate to just see him getting wasted on a sorry team because we're not going to be good this year. But like we always do, we'll meet y'all at the halfway point of the season. All right, man. So midway through the season, we're 2-5. Not really a surprise here. We kind of expected to be in this area at the bottom of the division. As far as paying guys, again, Buda Baker, I just don't want to subject him to how trash we're going to be. And honestly, I don't think we're bringing any of these guys back, to be quite frankly honest. And I think we're going to move on from Buda Baker via trade as well. All right, so we have decided to go ahead and just move on from Buda Baker. We're going to try to see if this trade goes through. This is more so realistic, what I could really see them actually getting. So this would be Buda Baker, Cam Kitchens, who's a rookie, a third-round pick. I think this is more so kind of what you would get realistically. I just don't think nobody's giving up a second or a third-round pick for a safety, or a first-round pick or a second-round pick for a safety. So I think it's a little bit more realistic. I'm going to throw a fifth on here just to see if they budge. But if not, I'm cool with the trade we had at first. And they do. We get Buda Baker off the board for us. We're sorry that we couldn't please you, Buda Baker. But you're going to get sent off to the Colts. And we're going to take Cam Kitchens, a third-round pick, and a fifth-round pick this year. Kitchens, welcome to the squad. All right, man, so we end the year 7-10. Actually, way better than what I thought we were going to end. I'm not going to lie. I'm not really mad at that, to be quite frankly honest with you, because I thought we were going to be way worse than that. We were only one game away from winning the division. Now, this division was terrible. I don't know what happened to the Niners. They fell off a rock, but, I mean, we were not terrible at all. Let's go look at the stats real quick, though. Not a good year for Kyler Murray. Not a good year. It might be time to move on. Y'all, it might be time to move on. 11 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. It might be time to move on from Kyler Murray. James Conner, decent season. Bro, I'm just so shocked by how bad. Bro, if Kyler Murray was like decent, we would have been okay. He was terrible. He was god awful. Marvin Harrison didn't even get 1,000 yards. Chanel had 700 plus yards. Good for him. Michael Wilson had a pretty decent year as well. McBride had a really good year as well. Blocking wise, not really good on the O-line. Linebacker wise, Kaiser White had 100 tackles. Barnes had 90. Garrett Williams had 84. Jalen Thompson had 83. Tackles for loss, Xavier Collins had 16 with 4 sacks. Robinson had 2 sacks. We need more than that. And 15 tackles for loss. Man. The team really didn't do much, though. This team was pretty terrible, but at the same time, bro, Kyler Murray was god-awful. We actually might have to really consider moving off him at this point. He's not getting it done at all, bro. All right, man, I went through all the awards. This is the only 2 awards we won was Cameron Kitchens and also as well Darius Robinson. Besides that, we didn't win any other awards, so I'm not about to record all of that. All right, man, going into the offseason here, I am going to look at Will Hernandez. I might try to bring him back for another year. We got $120 million in cap, so maybe we can just kind of overpay him a little bit. He was decent this year, not horrible, but he's probably going to be the best guard available for us. We get him on a 1-year deal. I'm not mad at that. Kaiser White was pretty good, too, again. I don't want to pay him a 3-year deal, but he's not really asking for a lot of money, but we still do got Chris Barnes and also as well Miles Jack, so we probably will not bring him back, even though he's asking for money. I mean, honestly, like I said earlier, I don't really think we're going to bring any of these guys back, to be technically honest with you. I think it's just time to just completely cleanse from all the older guys. All right, man, so coming into free agency, we got $119 million, so a lot of money. Greenlaw would be a nice add. I'm not going to lie. He is a little older, but we could kick him inside the middle. He is kind of old, but he's only 28, though, so he does have some years on him. We could definitely use a guy like Joke, too, at this point. $119 million is kind of crazy. At this point, man, we want to be aggressive. First guy I definitely want to go after is Greg Newsome. I think he's super underrated. We got the money to sign him. Let's try to just pay him and bring him in at this point. So this would be a 5-year, $90 million deal. I wonder where that puts us at on his list. Let's see. Okay, there's a real bidding war for him. So that's not good. We might have to overpay even more than I thought we were going to have to overpay. So let's offer him a deal more like this. That's going to be about a 5-year, $98 million deal. That should really get us in the running right there. It does. We'll see what happens there. I don't really feel good that we're going to get him, though. That's the only issue with that. I don't feel great about us getting him. Greenlaw, too, as well. I'm not even mad at that. I would prefer Joke because he's a little younger. But again, I don't know if the interest is really there to come here. It is a little bit more than Greenlaw, though, so I would prefer Joke anyway. So let's go ahead and go out to him. 6 years is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. 5 I can do. 6 is like kind of wild. I'm not going to lie. But we do got the money, and we're probably about to get rid of our quarterback, which we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Joke, oh, man, golly, what is the Colts offering them? Like, I don't want to go 7 years. Like, 5, cool. 7, I'm not really trying to do that. The Colts are offering him a crazy bag. I don't think we're going to be able to match that. They're offering him a crazy bag, and I think we're gonna pull out because we're not going to be able to match that, bro. That's just what it is. We're not going to be able to match that. So I guess we go to our secondary pick, which was Greenlaw. Greenlaw's not asking for as much, but he's a little older as well. Let's make an offer like this: $98 million, 4-year deal. Where does that put us in his rankings? Pretty high. So we're in good standing with Greenlaw. We'll probably end up maybe moving him to inside. This, free agency, we want to spend money. We got the money, let's spend it. You know what I'm saying? We want to be smart, and we also want to be intentional as well. Free safety, I do like who we have at free safety. Strong, I know we just got Kitchens. Could we maybe add some depth behind him? Maybe a guy like Richie Grant on a 2-year deal wouldn't hurt. I'm not mad at this move here. Where does that put us in his rankings? Okay, middle of the road. Not mad at it. I really do think we're going to move on from... I'm really thinking at this point we might go quarterback in the draft at this point. I could be wrong, but that's kind of how I'm feeling it, is quarterback in the draft. Wide receiver, Deontay Johnson's here. I'm a little intrigued with that. I'm not going to lie. We don't want to bring Rondale Moore back, but I would be... If you watch the Panthers rebuild, you know this guy can go. So I'm a little intrigued with bringing him in on a maybe 3-year deal, $42 million. That's not too crazy. I'm not mad at that. I'm going to try to bring him in. We want to get as much weapons for whoever's going to be our quarterback next, because I don't think it's going to be Kyler. But we'll see. We'll see how things play out. I think that's where we're going to let it stand as of right now. I don't really think there's anybody else I'm like, oh, we got to go get. We kind of want Zach Frazier to develop at left guard. We need a left guard too, low-key. Laken Tomlinson is an older guy. I might be a little more interested in this. But I'm going to let y'all know at the end of free agency who we end up going with and who ends up signing. All right, so here's the deal. We have 3 teams, and all of them in real life, I can see them taking a quarterback. I can see the Titans saying, hey, Will Levis is not good enough. We'll give you this. I can see the Patriots saying, hey, we don't have a quarterback. We'll give you this. I could also see the Jets saying, we just got rid of Aaron Rodgers. He's gone. We'll give you this. I'm not going to lie. The one that looks the best to me is Xavier Worthy. I mean, him, Deontay, and all these picks. I think it's just time to let Kyler Murray go. And he's gone. I'm not going to lie, y'all. We're going into a different moment. I think we're going quarterback in the draft. We might even move up to go quarterback in the draft. But we have gotten rid of Kyler Murray. He's no longer a part of the team. All right, man. So this is what we did in free agency. We picked up Dre Greenlaw. We picked up Teron Johnson on a 1-year deal. Deontay Johnson on a 3-year deal. Darius Williams on a 1-year. Chuba Hubbard on a 1-year deal. Eddie Jackson as well. Richie Grant. Leonard Floyd, and also as well Dylan Radunz. Now, we also added Xavier Worthy in that trade with Kyler Murray to the Tennessee Titans. So you got to consider that as well. But, man, I'm not going to lie. We should definitely be a better team this year. And next we're going to be heading into the draft. All right, man. We're at pick 11. No quarterback has came off the board yet. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory at this point. Shedeur Jackson, probably the best quarterback coming out in this draft. A deep throwing. A, middle accuracy, B, short accuracy, A, under pressure. We taking Shador. I love this pick. Let's go. All right, man. So right end has been a problem for us for a few years now. I'm looking at this guy, Prince Amonami Ling. I might be saying his name wrong. I think this is who I'm going to go with, but let's still take a look. There's still some pretty good quarterbacks out here as well. We kind of could use another running back as well. Wide receiver, I think we're good. We do need a tight end, though. Tight end has been a need for us. Luke Lacey, we took him in the last. We took him in the last one, but we might need to double up on tight end too, man. I'm not gonna lie. Let's look over here. Safety. We do need free safety. We could bring in Shiloh Sanders. Corner. We've kind of doubled up on corner though, pretty heavy. Middle linebacker's another place we kind of address. Studson is a really good player. I don't know, man. I'm kind of a little bit tempted to take Sutson. But we need right end bad, man. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Princely Anumalin from Ole Miss. 76 strength, 84 speed, 86 acceleration. Welcome to the squad. I'm looking at Samel Monday from Georgia. I mean, he might be a really good pick to take here. He's got elite change of direction, elite jumping, elite speed. I think this is who I'm going with here. Hidden dev, 76 overall, 74 overall strength, 90 acceleration, 84 change of direction, 90 speed. Welcome to the squad. It wouldn't be right if we didn't take Shiloh Sanders here to come in and join his brother. He's got A, hit power, B, man coverage, C, zone coverage, and A to C's tackling. I think he's going to be pretty good. Hidden dev, love that for us. 90 acceleration, 86 speed, 88 change of direction, 89 speed. Man, I'm not going to lie, bro. Had to put him on the same team with his brother. It only made sense. And we needed a free safety as well. All right, man, that left outside linebacker, I'm looking at Marvin Jones Jr. from Georgia. He might be a guy I'm really interested in. I'm looking at tight end too, but I really am leaning towards Marvin Jones Jr. We need some help, on getting like pass rush. We gotta get more pass rush going forward, and I feel like we just struggling getting any pass rushers. There's still some good tight ends I kind of like later on in the draft here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take him, Marvin Jones Jr. I think he's gonna be a really good player. And we're going to go ahead and take him here as well to be a left outside linebacker, more so like an edge rusher for us. He's normal dev, but he's going to be pretty good, man. 81 strength, 80 speed, 82 jumping, change of direction, 80, 85 acceleration. This guy's going to be pretty good. Welcome to the squad. All right, man. Next up, we're going to take Carson Hinsman. Then we're going to take him. He's a center, but we're going to move him to guard, and he's going to kind of be Hernandez's replacement. He's hidden dev, 86 strength, 81 acceleration. The main thing we're looking at is that strength right there. 86 strength. We love to see it. Welcome to the squad. All right, let's go take a look at the draft, man. We got Shador Sanders, 78 overall, hidden dev. Prince Umali, 73 overall. Samel Monday, 70 overall, hidden dev. Shiloh Sanders, 73 overall, hidden dev. Marvin Jones Jr., 69 overall, normal dev. 70 overall, Carson Hinsman, which we're actually going to move to guard. We got 73 overall, cornerback Damani Jackson, in the 4th round. The rest of these were sim picks. I actually do want to see what his Heinzman is going to go up to when we move him to right guard. I wonder will he go up in... He might stay the same, but it would be nice if he goes up. Let's see if he goes up. So he does. He goes up to a 73 overall with moving him to guard. So that's 3 overall points. That's a huge swing. Okay. This is definitely the best draft we've had so far. Can we nail it and start making plays with some of these young guys? All right, man. Going into season 2, we have Shiloh Sanders as our starting quarterback. Trey Benson as our starting running back. Marvin Harrison Jr. now superstar dev. Deontay Johnson also as well. Xavier Worthy, who will be in the slot. Paris Johnson Jr. Will be our left tackle now. We'll also have Radunzon. I might be saying his name wrong. Zach Frazier is going to be our starting center. Willie Hern, I don't know why I keep want to say Willie Herman Gomez. Willie Hernandez will be our right guard. At right tackle, we're going to have Blake Fisher with the tight ends being led by Trey McBride. On the defense side of the ball, we've gotten a lot better. Leonard Floyd, also as well Prince Umali, which we might see if there's a way we can kind of go ahead and move him up and play. You know what? Yeah, actually, let's just go ahead and do it now. Bio Nichols also as well. We're going to have Simeon Fitzsimmons in the middle. Darius Robinson, who's actually went down a dev trade now, is going to be our defensive end. And then at linebacker, we're going to have Dre Greenlaw. Xavier Collins, now we've kind of moved him into inside. BJ Ojolari will be the other left side, outside linebacker. And then at safety, we're going to have Jalen Thompson, who's now a superstar dev, and Cam Kitchens. Then at corner, we're going to have Teron Johnson and also as well Darius Williams with Murphy Bennett in at the slot. So we got some talent here. This team is definitely better. Can we make a playoff push is the question now. New year, same story. 2-4. We're worse in the division, bottom of the league. Nothing's really surprising here. They got us locked in, I think, at a top 5 pick at this point. They got us with the number 1 pick taking Nico. Obviously, we're not going to do that. Caleb Downs would be a little intriguing, I'm not going to lie. Or even Spencer Fano would be kind of a decent move anyway. But anyway, we're terrible, per usual. Still in the same situation that we're in. Seems like every rebuild. Let's go look at who needs to get signed, who we're going to keep long term. We should have a lot of money now. Yeah, we got $160 million. Let's bring back Jalen Thompson. He's been pretty good for us. We might have to overpay a little bit, but that's all right. We bring him back. He's been really good. Trey McBride has probably been the only tight end with a pulse on our whole entire team. Definitely bring him back. Xavier Collins has just kind of been like, okay. I do kind of want to see what he's doing this year. Watch this year. I bet he's probably balling out because it's a contract year. No, not really. He's not going extremely crazy right now, to be honest with you. So we might let that one play out a little bit more. Desmond Ridder, we're absolutely not bringing back. Teron Johnson is 29. I don't know what he's done this season. Let's take a look at it and see what he's done and what he's accomplished. Not much, to be honest with you. So I'm not going to pay him right now. Chuba Hubbard, the same, can wait. A lot of these guys can wait. Darius Williams can wait. We're not bringing back Willie Hernandez. We're not bringing him back. We're probably not bringing back anybody. We might not even pick up Paris Johnson Jr.'s 5th-year option. Just another disappointing season. Well, guess what, guys? The end of year 2, we still don't make the playoffs, per usual. Let's go look at some of the stats. Shador, he didn't do really that well. Let's see. Okay, Shador wasn't terrible, though. 3,800 yards, 31 touchdowns. We want to get them picks down a little bit, but not a terrible season from a first-year quarterback. Not terrible at all. Rushing-wise, Trey Benson was pretty all right. Shador also got about 286 yards, close to 300. Receiving-wise, Marvin Harrison Jr. went off, 18 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Worthy was pretty good as well. Deontay Johnson was all right. Trey McBride was really good. I mean, we played pretty all right as far as offensively. Great year from Zach Frazier. He didn't give up 1 sack the whole entire season. So what a season for him. Jonah Williams played well. Paris Johnson was god-awful. I mean, he's terrible. He was our left tackle. He gave up 13 sacks. But the rest of the O-line was, like, pretty good. Like, not really terrible. Defensive-wise, Chris Barnes led the team with 122 tackles, 7 for loss, 2 sacks, 3 interceptions. Darius Williams was pretty good. Sean Murphy Bunting was pretty good. Cam Kitchens was good again 2 years in a row. Tackles for loss. Prince Umle, the guy we really wanted in the draft, he gets 5.5 sacks. We need more pressure on the quarterback, though. But Leonard Floyd still had 8.5 sacks as well. Would like more sacks, would like more interceptions, but still not a terrible season, man. I mean, not a terrible season at all. We just can't get over the hump. We might have to move on from our defensive coordinator. The offense didn't seem to be that bad. Let's go look at the ratings real quick. Yeah, offensive-wise, points per game, we were number 10. Pass yards per game, we were number 11. We did not run the ball well. But defense, we were just god-awful. We're probably going to have to move on from the defensive coordinator at this point. Offensive Player of the Year was our guy, Marvin Harrison Jr., well-deserved. He deserved it. Let's look and see if we had any other Cardinals. Okay, Chris Barnes got, 5th on Defensive Player of the Year in the NFC. I like that. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, Shador was number 2. He's probably going to get a dev trait with that. Love that for us. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, Prince Umle gets on the board at number 8. I like that. Best quarterback. Does Shador make the list? He does not. Best running back. No, none of our guys make the list. Best wide receiver. Marvin Harrison Jr. at number 1. He was tremendous this season for us. O-line, Zach Frazier, who did not give up a sack all year. Number 1, he's definitely going to get a dev trait for that too, so he'll go up, I guess, to either star or superstar at this point. So he's definitely should get a depth trait for that. Defensive line, yeah, nobody here. Linebacker, Greenlaw, we paying you a lot of money. You need to be on this list. Chris Barnes is on this list though, but I would like to see Greenlaw. Defensive back, yeah, none of us there. But I'm not mad at this. It seems like we're taking the next step in our direction of getting better. Next year, we really need to push to make the playoffs. All right, man. So looking at this going forward, we're not going to accept the fifth-year option on Paris Johnson Jr. We actually might even end up trading him, to be quite frankly honest with you. We're not going to accept. So we're actually going to reject his fifth-year option. So this will be his final year here. Xavier Collins, I just don't really see what he's done for me to really keep him at this point. We had him at start middle linebacker this year, and I don't even think he scratched 100 tackles. Yeah, he had 77 tackles, 4 sacks. I mean, again, decent season, nothing worth paying that type of money for, unfortunately. Desmond Ridder, we obviously won't be bringing back. Teron Johnson, again, he is older, but he is good depth, I guess. He didn't really do much this year either, though. He did have 2 interceptions, though. We got plenty of money. A 1-year deal wouldn't hurt us. Do we bring him back for just 1 year? We got plenty of money. We got plenty of talent at that position. We'll bring him back on a 1-year deal, just 1 year. Chuba, again, didn't really do much. Barnes actually had a pretty decent season. I actually kind of want to bring him back. I'm not going to lie. Let's bring him back, 3-year deal. $3 million. Can we get him back? We do. I'm not mad at that at all. He had a really good season this season. Greg Dortch, I'm kind of good on. Darius Williams, again, kind of older. He's a little older than Teron Johnson, so we're probably going to let him walk at this point. Gomez, we kind of talked about it already. He did have a really good season, but we're going to go ahead and let Carson get the start there. Jonah Williams will not be back with the team. He will not be back with the team either. And I think we're kind of just going to move forward with what we got here. We might bring Blake Laughlin back right here at punter. We bring him back. But besides that, that's it, man. We're going into free agency with $148 million. Hopefully we can make some big splashes. All right, man. So going into free agency, man, it's win now time, man. It's time to win. It's time to quit playing around. It's time to get better, man. Now, we do want to go after guys that actually kind of have interest in coming here. Now, some of them, we just going to have to take that risk, but I think we're probably going to take a left tackle in the draft, so I don't really want to do that. Obviously, we got a quarterback of the future. Halfback, I'm not really concerned about spending money there. Wide receiver, we're actually pretty deep. Tight end is an area that could be addressed. Maybe a guy like K-Dot wouldn't be bad to team up with. We got the money. I'm going to go ahead and pay him. We have the money. We'll see what happens there. At left tackle, again, I think we're kind of going to address that in the draft, so I'm not really concerned about taking a left tackle right here. We might pick like a backup, but not right now. Left guard is an area I kind of want to address. Again, older, but we're trying to win now, bro. We're heading into a win now mode where we're trying to win. So I'm gonna go ahead and offer him a deal. Like what we got at center already. We already said we're not going back to our guard that we just had. Right tackle. We're going to probably, we might just take 2 tackles in this draft. Even though Blake Fisher actually did pretty well this year. But, yeah. Left end, Darius Robinson has really just not did anything for us. Do we take a guy like Kitaway Pay here? 27, 79 overall. He looks to be a little bit more like going to be able to get the job done. We're going to offer him a contract. He does have a little bit of interest on coming here. So we'll see kind of where we stand on that. We're his best offer. I mean, we got the money. Money is not an issue for us right now at this point. We got plenty of money. We got plenty of money to bring in guys. Armstead doesn't really have the interest. Grover kind of does, though. Do we offer him a bag as well? I think we do. We got plenty of money here, and we're trying to really win now. He does have interest to come here as well, so it's not like we just faking it. You know what I'm saying? Outside linebacker is another area that probably needs to get addressed in the draft too. I'm not really seeing anything I like here. Middle linebacker could be another area that can get addressed. Terrell Bernard, pretty good option here as well. Stardev, 3 years. Not mad at that. Right side, we already got our guy there. Corner, we're pretty deep at corner. Wouldn't mind a guy like Kyler Gordon, though. That'd be a nice little addition to this cornerback room. I want to go somewhere where there's interest as well. Like Kenny Moore doesn't have that much interest. Like I'm not gonna go after Miles Humphrey and Shavars War. They don't want no parts of us. Christian Benton, I'm a little intrigued with because he's an 80 overall. Even though he's normal dev, I kind of like that. I'm trying to see if there any more big fish that we could possibly go after that I think we could realistically do. I kind of like Jalen Thompson. We already got him signed. Strong safety. I mean, Blackman would be a guy I would kind of entertain here, but I kind of want Kitchens to keep playing at this point. So that's what we're gonna go with, and we're gonna show y'all at the end of free agency. All right, man. So I want to go ahead and upgrade the left outside linebacker position, and the Ravens are stacked with middle linebackers. I'm gonna go ahead and take Trenton Simpson and move him to left outside linebacker. We're only giving up a 5th and a 7th round pick. I'm super cool with that. Welcome to the squad. All right, man, so this is who we picked up in free agency. Harrison Bugner, Tyler Algier, Isaac Samola, Grover Stewart, Christian Benford, Kidaway Pay, Cade and Javon Kinlaw, Cam Jurgens, and Titus Howard, and Tylen Graber. So this is all just depth, really, for the most part. Most of these people are just depth pieces, but that's who we picked up. All right, man, so the 6th overall pick in the draft, man. I already told y'all we going tackle here. I'm not even holding off. That's all I need to see. Go ahead and bring him in, 88 strength. Francis Moango from Miami. We're bringing him in. Welcome to the squad. All right, man. So at strong safety, we're going to take Peyton Bowens here from Oklahoma. We're going to go ahead and bring him in. Hidden dev, 90 acceleration, 88 agility, 86 change of direction, 87 speed. Welcome to the squad. All right, man. This will be the last pick that I'll actually do here. I'm going to go ahead and take Tad Clinton. He's got A, catching traffic, B, catching, B, deep route, A, run blocking. I love this for us. He's normal dev, but I think he's going to be pretty good. Okay, man, looking at the draft recap. Love what we did at left tackle. He's definitely going to start for us. Peyton Bowen, he's probably going to be a backup, but he'll be good going forward. And Todd Clinton, these are the 3 picks that we actually made. The rest was just sim picks. I like what we did here. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be the last, Madden generated. This is going to be the last, regular generated draft. The rest will be just, through Madden. But like what we did here, and I'm pretty impressed with what we did in the draft. All right, man, going into year 3 of the rebuild, man, we got Shedeur Sanders, who's a superstar dev now at quarterback. Trey Benson is going to be at running back as well, led with Algier, who also gets some play time. Marvin Harrison Jr. is now an X-Factor wide receiver. He's going to get a lot of play time and a lot of targets. Deontay Johnson's also on this team, and then we're going to have Xavier Worthy. At left tackle, we're going to have our guy that we just drafted out of Miami. Samuelo is going to be our left guard. Frazier's going to be our center, who's a star dev. Henson's going to be star dev right guard. Our right tackle is actually going to be Fisher. I don't know why they keep trying to play Paris Johnson Jr. We're probably going to trade him before the deadline. Tight end is going to be Trey McBride, who's been really good for us. At defense, we still have Prince Umale. At the defensive tackle spots, we're going to have Javon Kinlaw and also Grover Stewart. At left outside, at left end, we're going to have Kitty Petaway. At linebacker, we're going to have Trenton Simpson. And at middle linebacker, we're going to have Chris Barnes and Dre Greenlaw. At safety, we're going to have Jalen Thompson and Cam Kitchens. And then at corner, we're going to have Teron Johnson, Bentry, Murphy Bunton, and Benford as well. So, again, the team gets better every year. Can we get to the playoffs is what we're trying to see now. I swear, y'all, these rebuilds do not like me. We are 1-5, bro. 1-5. Again, we have not succeeded in not one rebuild yet, bro. One realistic rebuild, we have not succeeded, at all. I don't know what it is, but we're not getting it done. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we can't win games. I don't know. I don't know. But again, we're 1-5, not doing well per usual. Yeah, we just suck, man. I really don't know any other way to say it. Again, and this is by far the best team we've put on the field. Let's go look at who needs to get signed. Paris, yeah, we're trading him. Teron Johnson. At this point, I really don't want to bring none of these losers back personally. At this point, I mean, really, seriously. We're 1-5 right now. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the only one that I'm accepting at this point on coming back. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I kind of want to go look at the stats and see what's happening. We suck offensively the way it's looking. We're actually kind of decent defensively, actually. So the new defensive coordinator seems to have made us better. but now the offense is struggling. What is Shador doing this season? Now I want to see that because I'm like, okay, what's happening? Shador hasn't been terrible, but not a lot of passing yards. Run game has been decent. Marvin Harrison Jr. has been all right. Deontay Johnson has took a step up from last year. Worthy has been pretty good. I just don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know why we suck. I'm having a hard time understanding why we're trash at this point. I really don't know. I am gonna go ahead and try to get Paris Johnson traded. We're not bringing him back. Took this guy 6 overall, and he just has not panned out for us at all. So at this point, I think it's time to move on. And see if we can get something for him. At this point, I would probably take anything for him. We're a little bit desperate at this point. I'm not going to lie. Let's go ahead. Go here. Paris Johnson, you're out of here. I don't really love any of these trades, but at this point, who cares? Strange would be interesting, but we're going to have to pay him. Don't really want to do that. Chris Jenkins, I probably would do this trade here. Yeah, let's go ahead and send Chris Jenkins. He's going to come in and be a right defensive end. I don't know what's going to happen, y'all. We got to get better. All right, y'all. Same old story. 6-11. Y'all know the deal. We played terrible. Let's look at the stats again. I don't know. Shador was all right. He wasn't terrible. He wasn't great. He was just all right. Rushing the ball wise, Benson was all right. Tyler Algier was pretty decent for us, 10 touchdowns. Marvin Harrison Jr., just the consistency. He shows up every game, balls out every game. He does not deserve this. Even, honestly, Deontay Johnson was pretty good as well. I can't really get mad at him. Worthy took a little bit of a step back, but, overall, pretty good. Pretty good year for Frazier. Only gave up 3 sacks. Now, as a guard, I would like to be giving up less than 5, but not a terrible season for the O-line either. Now, our rookie, he got beat a lot. I'm not going to lie. Blake Fisher was pretty good, though, as well. Defensive-wise, Dre Greenlaw kind of finally stepped up. 97 tackles. Barnes had another good year, 89. Again, Shiloh had, 77 tackles, 8 tackles for loss. Sacks. Kitty Pettaway had 7. Trenton Simpson had 4.5. Prince, I just don't know. I'm kind of at the point now, I don't know what else to do. To be quite frankly honest with this team, we're going all in free agency. We've already made a change on the offense side. And at this point, man, I'm not even reviewing none of who made it, who did anything. We getting right to free agency because we going into year 4, and we ain't won nothing. So we need to get something going. So we're absolutely going to pick up Marvin Harrison Jr.'s 5th-year option. That's without saying. Teron Johnson. Trent Simpson was decent this year. We might actually try to bring him back. He was all right for us. Let's try to bring him back. 2-year deal. He comes back. Besides that, Michael Wilson has kind of got lost in the sauce at this point. I think the rest of these guys are probably going to go ahead and let walk. All right, man. Coming into free agency, we have $105 million in cap. First thing we're going to do is go after Anthony Bradford from LSU. He's only 26. And I think at this point, man, he's going to be a good piece to put in our left guard. We actually might give him 2 years because he's pretty young. So we're going to go after him first. All right, man. Now we're going to go after Deron Payne. He's a defensive tackle. He's 30 years old at this point, though. So he is getting a little up there in years. But we don't have any defensive tackles. We'll probably draft one as well. But we're going to go ahead and offer him a 1-year deal. We're also going to offer Nate Landerman as well. 2-year deal. He's 28 years old. We can use him as some good depth at middle linebacker. This is another place we're probably going to have to address in the draft as well. All right, man, next, I think the biggest one we're going to go out today is Christian Gonzalez, man, at the age of 25. We got plenty of money to work with. We're going to overpay a little bit. He does have interest in coming here, though, a little bit. But let's give him something like this, 5 years, $35 million. I kind of like our chances there. Hopefully he comes. All right, man, so coming into this free agency, we did a really good job, and we wanted to be conservative because we do also still have to pay Marvin Harrison Jr., and then the year after him, we have to pay Shiloh. So we definitely want, not Shiloh, Shador. Well, Shiloh and Shador. Shiloh's doing pretty good for us, too. So Christian Gonzalez, got him on a 5-year deal, $35 million. That feels like a bargain at this point. Deron Payne, 1-year deal, prove-it deal. Nate Landerman, 2-year deal for $56 million. I'm not mad at that. 1-year deal for Evan Neal as a backup. Anthony Bradford is going to be our starting left guard. Cam Smith is going to come in as a depth piece. Most of this back here is just depth at this point, and the rest will be addressed in draft pretty much. All right, man, with the 4th overall pick, we're going to go Trevor Lockley here. I'm hoping this guy's hitting dev. He looks to be pretty good. He is hitting dev, 93 acceleration, 92 speed is the main thing we want to see here. Welcome to the squad. All right, man, in the 2nd round with the 4th overall pick in that round, I think I'm going with Ben Garrard, excuse me. Good acceleration, great change of direction. Elite strength is what I'm really looking for. This dude might even be a swing tackle, to be honest with you, at 6'4", 336. We're going to go ahead and take him. He is normal dev, unfortunately, but you know what? I'm okay with that. We can develop him. All right, man, in the 3rd round, I think I'm going with Paul Borden. Elite, agility, elite, change of direction, great speed. He runs a 4.63 as an outside linebacker. Hidden dev in the 3rd round. Love that for us. We might even move him to middle linebacker, to be honest, but welcome to the squad. All right, man. I'm seeing a center I really like here. Gavin Scully. I might be saying his name wrong, but great elite strength, elite change of direction. I'm going to go ahead and take a chance on him. He is hitting dev. This guy could possibly play guard for us as well. 6'4", 301. Definitely love that. Welcome to the squad. Okay, so we really cooked in the draft this year. Trevor Locksley, 79 overall, hidden dev. We're going to play him early. I'm not going to lie. He's probably going to be cornerback 2 behind Christian Gonzalez. I don't even care. He's probably going to be cornerback 2. We also took Ben Garrard. I told y'all, Garrard, he's going to be doing with that, but I knew he was going to be a pretty high overall. 74 overall, I'm cool with that. We took Paul Borden as well, hidden dev, 72 overall. I wonder if we kick him in the middle linebacker, where would he end up? I am a little intrigued. I mean, let's just see it live right now where he moves if we put him at middle linebacker, because now I'm really intrigued to see what happens. He actually goes down to a 72. Let's keep him where we had him, because Trenton Simpson's on a short-term deal, and we don't really know how that's gonna work out. So we'll keep him at right. Center, Scolio, 74 overall, hidden dev. This is a guy that we could possibly end up moving to left guard, to be quite frankly honest with you. Actually, we are going to move him to left guard because we kind of already got our center of the future, but our left guard situation is kind of like up in the air right now. So I think we're going to go ahead and move him to left guard. Where does he go at that point? So yeah, he goes up to a 76 overall at left guard. Not going to lie, we're going to play him. He's going to start. I'm going to be honest. He's going to start. And then the defensive tackle, Sheen, 72 overall. We took this guy in the 6th round. Hidden dev. Really impressed with him. 304, 6'5". We're definitely going to play him pretty early as well. All right, man. Going into year 4, we got Shedeur Sanders, our starting quarterback, 86 overall, superstar dev. Trey Benson still our running back. We got Marvin Harrison Jr., X Factor wide receiver, has been tremendous for us. Deontay Johnson has been good for us as well. Worthy will be in the slot. We also have our left tackle we took, Francis Moagua. I might be saying his name wrong. Our guard that we just took in the past draft, Zach Frazier, Connor, I think Heisman, or Hisman, whatever. Blake Fisher will be our right tackle, and then Trey McBride, who's been here for pretty much the duration of our rebuild at this point. At right DN, we're going to have Chris Jenkins. At defensive tackle, we're going to have Javon Kinlaw, and also as well Deron Payne. Then we're going to have Kitty Pay at the other side. At corner, we're going to have our fourth overall pick, Locksley, and then at the other center, at the other corner position, we're going to have Christian Gonzalez. At free safety, we're going to have Jalen Thompson, and then Cam Kitchens has been pretty good for us as well throughout this rebuild. And then at the linebacker position, we're going to have Trenton Simpson, Nate Landerman, and Dre Greenlaw. All right, man, at the midway season, we are 4-3 and leading our division with the 49ers. So, I mean, not great, but real doable. But, y'all, guess who is number 1 in passing yards in the league? Shedeur Sanders. I'm sorry, I had to show y'all this real quick. He's number 1 in passing yards. He's number 1 in passing touchdowns, and he's 7th in passer rating per game. 16 touchdowns, 4 picks, 75 completion percentage is crazy. Good stuff from Shedeur Sanders. He's doing really good. So I definitely wanted to give him a quick shout out. I think we definitely have found our franchise quarterback going forward. Let's go look at some of these contracts now. Again, we do want to be cognitive because we do have to pay Marvin Harrison Jr. next year. Trey Benson, I'm not going to lie, we're probably not bringing him back. He's just kind of been average. He hasn't been a terrible running back. I don't even think he's yet to have a 1,000-yard season, is he? Yeah, he hasn't even had a 1,000-yard season yet. We're probably not bringing him back. Xavier Worthy, good slot wide receiver, but since the love is kind of low right now, I don't really know if we're gonna bring him back. We're gonna at least offer him though. He's 24 years old. Let's offer him maybe a 3-year deal and see if it hits. Okay, Xavier Worthy comes back to be wide receiver 3. I have no problem with that. Cam Kitchens again has been a pretty good player for us, but again, I don't really want to super overpay for him like that. Can we get him on a 2-year deal? We do. We get Cam Kitchens locked in as well. Chris Jenkins, again, kind of just been average. Hasn't really did much. Now this year seems to be his best year so far. His freshman year in Las Vegas was his rookie year, in Las Vegas was pretty good as well. 7 sacks, but again, kind of average player. Let's let that play out a little bit more. Blake Fisher has been really good for us. I'm not going to lie. Now, he's only 24. Now, he has already given up 5 sacks. He only gave up 5 sacks total in 2025. So he has took a little bit of a step back. I think we're going to let that one play out a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. Frazier, I do want to bring back. He's been really good. He's been the anchor of our offensive line. Let's take a look at what he's given up this year, though, as far as... Yeah, he's only given up 1 sack this year. I think I want to go ahead and lock him in. 3-year deal. Go ahead and bring him back home. Thank you, sir. I think the rest we're going to kind of let play out. Darius Robinson, I'm not going to lie. We took him high in the draft a couple years ago, and he's been god-awful. He has not did anything since he's gotten here. And at this point, I think we're going to let the rest just kind of play out and see what goes from here. And we're definitely picking up the 5th-year option on Shedeur Sanders. Regular schedule programming. We miss out on playoffs by a game again. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm kind of getting fed up at this point with this team. This is year 5, and this is it. Decent, really good year for Shedeur Sanders. 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. 10th overall in passing yards. Benson was pretty decent, not great. Receiving wise, Marvin Harrison Jr. did good. Deontay Johnson gave us another really good season. Jeremy Anthony was a guy we drafted late in the draft. He's done really good for us this year with 700 yards. Blocking wise, again, just the O-line was kind of terrible. Anthony Bradford, terrible. Carson Henwood, terrible. Frazier was even terrible. Blake Fisher, he wants to get paid. He was terrible. Francis Muagwa was absolutely god-awful. This man gave up more sacks than games in the season, bro. He gave up more sacks than games in the season, bro. He was terrible. So O-line was not good. Linebackers, I mean, they were okay. Greenlaw was all right. We had nobody over 100 tackles. Again, just kind of disappointing. Trenton Simpson did have 6.5 sacks. We need more sacks, too, as well. Cameron Kitchens, pretty good season for him. We'll probably bring him back. He played pretty well this season. Again, man, I'm just distraught. This is year 5 we're going into, and we are yet to win a playoff game. Like, we're yet to even get to the playoffs. So can we even get to the playoffs is kind of where I'm at this point. I guess we'll see. All right, so Kitchens comes in as the 2nd best DB. That's going to be a dev trait for us. Good for him. All right, man, let's go ahead and get into free agency. Last year, man, it's year 5. Shedeur Sanders, of course, we're picking up his 5th-year option. Trey Benson, we're going to let walk. Chris Jenkins, we're going to let walk as well. Blake Fisher, I mean, he just had a terrible season, bro. I'm not going to lie. We're going to let him walk. Yeah, I don't really think I'm bringing anybody else back from this whole list, to be quite frankly honest. Let's keep looking. Yeah, I'm not bringing none of these guys back. I just don't see the point of really... I mean, we could bring some of these guys back for depth. Like, Deontay Johnson wasn't bad, but now he's normal depth, but he's 32. But I think it's just time for Worthy, Jermaine Anthony to all just kind of cook. So I think it's time to let him go. Trey Benson, this is a deep running back class, and he really just has not been good. He still didn't go over 1,000 yards this year either. I think it's okay to let him walk. Chris Jenkins, again, just not really productive. Has not really did anything for us. This was his 2nd best year of his career, 5 sacks, but again, we need more. Blake Fisher was just terrible this year. Benford, I think we're just deep at corner at this point. We don't really need him as much now. With Damani Jackson, our other guy that got hurt, our corner we drafted last year, we just don't need him. Kyrie Jackson, again, kind of same thing. We don't really need him. Deron Payne, literally, I don't even think his name really showed up for us doing anything this year. Yeah, he had 6 sacks, so that's actually pretty impressive. On the inside, having 6 sacks, but again, he's 31 at this point, 82 overall star dev, probably not gonna bring him back right now. Payway, I don't think he's done anything, to be honest with you. We'll look at him as well. Yeah, 4 sacks, not enough. Yeah, it's just we just guys have not did enough to stay around here. So we're gonna go ahead and move on from everybody here. All right, man, we're gonna make an offer to Jalen Carter, 3-year deal, $40 million. Let's see if we can go ahead and get him in here. We're also gonna make a 5-year offer for $35 million as well to Jeremiah Trotter Jr. We're going all in this year, man. I'm going after Montez Sweat, 31-year-older. We should be able to lock him in as well. We're gonna press the issue and go after Tyree Wilson as well. All right, man, at the end of free agency, we picked up Sweat, we picked up Jalen Wright, we picked up Wingo, we picked up McGlinchey, we picked up Rogers Sr., we picked up Frankie Louisville, we picked up Tyree Wilson. Hassan Reddick comes back to the Cardinals. We pick up Tyler Davis. Also as well, Evan Neal, we bring him back. Renardo Green, we bring him back, and Kevin Coleman, and then we bring back the center as well. Listen, man, I'm ready to get to the playoffs, bro. I don't know if we're going to do it this year because this team still doesn't really feel that good, but we're going to try. All right, man, so at the 16th pick overall, we take Rashad Horn, hidden dev, 72 strength, 91 speed, middle linebacker. Welcome to the squad. All right, man, in the second round, we're going to go with Otis Boyd here, tight end. He is normal dev, but I think he's going to be a pretty high overall. Welcome to the squad. All right, man, in the third round, I think we're going to take Nazir Spain here, B, ball carrier, B, break tackle, C, carrying. I think this guy's still going to be decent, probably a high overall. Normal dev, though, but, hey, we already got our star running back, so I'm not really mad at it. Welcome to the squad. All right, man, so looking at the draft, like I said, I like our picks, especially the middle linebacker, Rashad Horn. We're going to start him immediately. Tight end, I told y'all he's going to be a pretty high overall, 71 overall. Same with Spain, 71 overall, normal dev. Rondo Crockett's going to be a 72 overall, normal dev. The rest of these picks we did not do. This was just him. But just picked up some good depth. I'm not mad at it at all. All right, man, this is it. Last season, last couple minutes of this video, y'all. Shedeur Sanders, superstar quarterback at this point. Jalen Wright, Marvin Harrison Jr., Xavier Worth. I mean, same crowd, pretty much. Our whole line is star dev. Like, come on, bro. Defense, let's go to the defense side of the ball. Prince Umerling, Wingo, Tyler Davis, Sweat. Lockley is superstar. That's the guy we drafted last year and got hurt halfway through the season. Gonzalez has moved down to star now. Free safety, Jalen Thompson has been good for us the whole entire time. We're going to star Horn, who we just drafted. Greenlaw and Borden, who's another guy we drafted the year before last, and Cam Kitchens. This is the best team we put on paper yet. Can we get to the playoffs? A playoff win at this point, I would consider a success in this video. And again, after our third rebuild, we failed to make the playoffs 2 out of 3 times in our last 3 rebuilds. We made the playoffs with the Panthers once, never won a game. We never made it to the playoffs with the New England Patriots. We never made it to the playoffs with the Cardinals. I don't know. We cannot get over the hump, though, for some reason. We'll look at the stats for the final year, and then we'll end the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the video, man. We'll be doing more of this. Again, pretty down year for Shedeur. He did not play well. Jalen Wright did about the same as our other guy. Worthy did take a little bit of step up. Harrison kind of took a step down. Jermaine Anthony's been really good for us. Yeah, I just don't know, bro. We just can't get over the hump for some reason. Ooh, that Horn kid was pretty good, though. Ooh, he was good. 139 tackles. We nailed that draft pick. Drake Greenlaw was, again, mid. Loxley was pretty good. I mean, we just, I don't know, man. We just can't get over the hump. But this is going to end the video, man. Another failed rebuild. This is 3 now that we've completely just botched. The Panthers was the only one we even made the playoffs in. I don't know, man. But I appreciate y'all's love and support. I know this was a long video. But thank y'all. Subscribe to the channel. And follow us for any EA college football news that'll be coming soon as well, with it being the full reveal next month. So, talk to y'all guys later. Appreciate your love and support.